Everyone's talking about testosterone right now. Let me share my own experience after years of research and experience with it. Testosterone Therapy, Part 4. The importance of a holistic approach to testosterone and the inseparable true nature of our arousal and physical health. When I first began bioidentical pellet TRT, I had already began my exercise, weight resistance, calisthenics, and fitness program, though it was only a fraction of the program I have grown into today. And crucially, I was still regularly engaging in graphic arousal imagery. This is an extremely important point to understand. I always approach our true health, growth, awakening, evolution, and empowerment from a holistic perspective. When we are regularly releasing our essence to the super stimulus of novel graphic arousal imagery and find ourselves deep within the relentless grip and powerful throes of a major dopamine addiction, it is impossible to begin our journey of massive positive transformation, to commence on a holistic pathway to reclaiming our true health and to regain our full inherent power in our life. It is neurologically, physically, relationally, mentally, and emotionally impossible on a scientific level and according to the immovable laws of the universe which governs the natural creation and our own body, mind, and soul. The essential role dopamine fulfills in our life and the sheer awesome power it unleashes is a beautiful wonder of creation. Dopamine is our drive, determination, motivation, inspiration, and willpower in life, as well as our arousal to intimacy, lovemaking, and life itself. Dopamine is our essential neuromodulator, neurotransmitter, and hormone, which drives every aspect of our lives, in our relationships, communication, and connectivity, our arousal and lovemaking, our physical fitness, our mental clarity, creativity, acuity, and ingenuity, our balanced moods and positive outlook in life, as well as our spiritual connection to God, the natural creation, and of course, ourselves. Dopamine is our major arousal hormone, which gets us aroused to everything in life, to our partners during intimacy and lovemaking, and our passions, gifts, and careers, as well as all of creation. Like testosterone, dopamine is a precious gift from God, the light of God captured in our own sacred body vessel and the golden elixir of life. The divine mission and mandate of dopamine in our lives is to tirelessly pursue and fulfill the unveiling of our own greatest work of art, our true nature, our ultimate essence, and the ideal being we are truly meant to be in life. Very similar to dopamine, testosterone also harnesses enormous potential, promise, and power in our lives. Testosterone is also our major arousal hormone. Testosterone replacement therapy, used as a monotherapy, is highly effective at improving libido and performance in men suffering from mild arousal dysfunction. Moderate to severe arousal dysfunction is often complicated by more serious conditions, which can also be healed holistically and may still include TRT. Testosterone regulates fertility, muscle mass and strength, fat distribution, bone density, facial and body hair, and red blood cell production. But most people do not truly understand what our arousal energy is. Our arousal and overall physical energy is completely inseparable. Our physical and arousal energy emanates from our life force, or what is traditionally referred to as Qi energy in Eastern traditions such as Tao and Tantra. This is exactly why a holistic approach to our true health is really the only way to prevent, reverse, and heal dysfunction. Our physical energy builds our arousal energy, and our arousal energy builds our physical energy in a synergistic and symbiotic relationship, creating a rich tapestry, interwoven together to form our own priceless work of art. The truth is that all the sacred, miraculous, and powerful hormones we have been blessed with are absolutely critical to maintain at optimal levels for our ideal health, joy, satisfaction, and empowerment in life. We see the interlinking aspects of testosterone and dopamine in our healthy physical and arousal practices. The science shows that testosterone is increased by 146% after only 7 days of practicing essence retention, a healthy arousal behavior I greatly encourage. At the same time, showing the synergistic and intertwining nature of our arousal and physical health, refraining from graphic arousal imagery and practicing essence retention dramatically increases our dopamine levels. In fact, the only way men can fully reverse, reboot, rewire, and truly heal virtually induced arousal dysfunction, or PIED, is to completely refrain from graphic arousal imagery and all similar virtual arousal imagery, as well as practice essence retention. Essence retention is also critical because it addresses energetic arousal dysfunction, which is its own separate form of arousal dysfunction, yet is almost always linked with PIED. Energetic arousal dysfunction is an arousal fatigue and exhaustion, which simply arises from releasing our essential life fluids too often, either to graphic arousal imagery and/or our real intimate partner. During the practice of intermittent fasting, another healthy behavior I strongly recommend, we also see the holistic nature and unbreakable link between our arousal and physical health, and between dopamine and testosterone. A 1989 study by S. Rajmark et al., published in the National Library of Medicine, showed that intermittent fasting increased luteinizing hormone, or LH, activity by 67% and post-testosterone response by 180%. Studies also show a 2,000% increase in human growth hormone, or HGH, after 24 hours of fasting, which stimulates a significant increase in testosterone. Other beneficial hormonal processes are initiated during fasting, which indirectly increases testosterone. Insulin, leptin, and ghrelin hormones are reduced and adiponectin is increased, all contributing indirectly to the process of regulating metabolism, burning fat, and increasing lean muscle mass, which is the hallmark and ultimate goal of optimal testosterone levels. A 2015 study by Aaron G. Roseberry showed that the sustained increase in dopamine release experienced during fasting may also increase the synchrony of VTA dopamine neurons to promote an increased response to rewards. In other words, this study shows the power of fasting to increase a wide-ranging and synchronistic release of dopamine in response to rewards, which are presented to us in all areas of our lives. Our choice of diet dramatically impacts our testosterone and estrogen levels because diet influences estrogen metabolism and excretion in our body. Testosterone and estrogen are inversely related because estrogen aromatizes or cannibalizes testosterone. An animal-based diet, which is high in saturated fats, free radicals, and carcinogens, as well as refined flours, sugar, and processed food, increases surface and visceral fat. Studies clearly showed the direct link between higher levels of surface and visceral fat and higher levels of estrogen. This is because fat tissue produces estrogen. Obesity is associated with increased levels of aromatase, an enzyme which contributes to estrogen production. Numerous studies, including a 2016 study by Sanchez Zamorano et al., have shown that the standard American diet, or SAD, which is characterized by a high intake of red meat, dairy, highly processed and refined foods, as well as sugar, is consistently associated with higher estrogen levels. An intelligent plant-sourced diet, fasting, and exercise have been identified by the leading scientific bodies for decades as the foundational healthy behaviors which harness the power to prevent, reverse, and heal dysfunctions and chronic diseases. When the healthy behaviors of an intelligent plant-based diet, intermittent fasting, and a robust physical fitness program are holistically combined, we experience a well-functioning cardiovascular and nitric oxide system, leading to greater gains in our physical fitness program. The positive feedback cycle and synergistic effect of healthy diet, fasting, and exercise, including weight resistance, to increase lean muscle mass and decrease fat, has been shown to increase both testosterone and dopamine naturally and holistically, whether you are currently on TRT or not. If you are currently already on TRT, these healthy behaviors will preserve and increase your positive gains and enhance the redistribution of lean muscle mass in your body, while further burning off surface and visceral fat. If you are deciding whether to begin TRT, these healthy behaviors should always be the first step in a process of elimination to determine if TRT is the right decision for you. The reason I show the diverse, complex, and interdependent nature of viewing our arousal and physical health together, and the therapeutic approach to dopamine and testosterone holistically, is because we cannot see the true needs of our body and brain and realize the full benefits of therapeutic interventions without first addressing the underlying cause of the imbalance and dysfunction, and by engaging in a holistic protocol of healthy arousal and physical behaviors. You absolutely cannot know if bioidentical pellet TRT is right for you, nor will you even see the full benefits of bioidentical pellet TRT if you are experiencing baseline dopamine levels and receptor sites at chronically low levels due to the incredibly poisonous and undermining unhealthy behavior, negative habit, obsessive compulsion, and addiction to graphic arousal imagery. You cannot possibly identify what your testosterone needs truly are and realize your fullest gains when your chi energy is entirely depleted and absent, and you are experiencing confusion, mood imbalance, fatigue, exhaustion, and an utter lack of motivation due to the unhealthy behavior of regular essence release to graphic arousal imagery. You cannot actually know and truly realize what your testosterone needs are and the fullest potential it can offer you if you are in a negative feedback cycle of excess body fat and low lean muscle mass due to the toxic and poisonous behaviors of an unhealthy diet, high in animal-based, highly processed, altered, and refined foods, sugars, synthetic chemicals, free radicals, hormonal disruptors, carcinogens, and saturated fats. Be sure not to miss part 5 on testosterone. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to catch the next video.